Tonight, Texas finds itself grappling with a severe state of emergency. The situation is critical, demanding immediate attention and a coordinated response from all levels of government and the community. Catastrophic floods are relentlessly battering the state, devastating entire communities and leaving a trail of destruction in their wake. The scale of the damage is truly staggering. Once bustling neighborhoods, vibrant with life, are now almost entirely submerged, disappearing under the relentless surge of floodwaters. Homes are underwater, and lives are disrupted. Highways, once arteries of commerce and connection, have become raging rivers, impassable and treacherous. Transportation has ground to a halt. Beloved landmarks, familiar and comforting, have disappeared beneath the murky water, swallowed by the unforgiving flood. The harrowing images emerging from Houston, Austin, and countless towns nestled along the banks of the Brazos and Trinity rivers paint a grim picture of widespread devastation. They reveal lives upended in a matter of hours, futures thrown into uncertainty, and communities brought to their knees. Families have been forced to flee their homes with absolutely nothing, leaving behind cherished possessions and memories. They are watching in despair as their homes vanish beneath the relentless rising floodwaters, their dreams and security washed away. The oppressive silence is broken only by the frantic sounds of rescue boats cutting through the water and the distant wail of emergency sirens. It's a haunting reminder of the disaster's far-reaching and devastating impact on the lives of so many. Governor Abbott has declared a state of disaster in over 50 counties, recognizing the urgent need for assistance. He is mobilizing the Texas National Guard, deploying them for high-water rescues and the crucial distribution of essential supplies to those in need. Despite the massive and Herculean efforts of rescue teams and volunteers, resources are stretched incredibly thin. And for countless individuals and families stranded and waiting, help simply can't come soon enough. The emotional toll of this disaster is immense and profound, leaving deep scars on the hearts and minds of those affected. Texans are grappling with the devastating loss of their homes, their sense of security, and, in the most tragic cases, their loved ones. This unfolding crisis is undoubtedly one of the most significant and devastating natural disasters to strike Texas in recent history, leaving an indelible mark on the state and its people. How did this happen? How could so much rain fall in such a short amount of time? The scale of this event is almost incomprehensible. A stalled storm system, stubbornly refusing to move, drew an immense amount of moisture from the warm waters of the Gulf of Mexico, like a giant sponge soaking up the sea. This atmospheric river then unleashed relentless rain day after day with no end in sight. The heavens truly opened up. Some areas saw over 30 inches in 72 hours, an unbelievable amount of precipitation. That's more than some regions receive in an entire year. It was a deluge the land simply couldn't absorb. The ground became saturated, unable to take in any more water. Already saturated ground meant water rushed with increasing speed into creeks and rivers, swelling their banks. The waterways were completely overwhelmed, unable to contain the sheer volume of water. The Brazos, a mighty river in its own right, along with the Trinity and Colorado rivers, crested at record levels, surpassing any previously recorded flood stages. The rising waters relentlessly inundated communities, leaving homes and businesses submerged. Experts call this a 1-in-1,000-year event, a statistical anomaly of immense proportions. This was fueled by weak atmospheric currents that trapped storms in place, preventing them from dissipating or moving on. Dr. Elena Ramirez, a leading climatologist, warns this pattern may become more common and even more intense with the ongoing effects of climate change. As rivers overflowed their banks, emergency officials faced incredibly tough choices, including the difficult decision of releasing water from full reservoirs, a necessary action that inevitably worsened downstream flooding, adding to the already catastrophic situation. Urban sprawl and the proliferation of concrete surfaces funneled even more water with greater speed into low-lying areas, significantly amplifying the scale and impact of the disaster. It was a cascade of both natural and man-made failures, a series of unfortunate events that compounded the devastation. All of these factors culminated in widespread devastation, leaving a lasting scar on the landscape and the lives of those affected. Behind the cold, hard numbers lies a tapestry of human experience. These are personal stories of terror, loss, and ultimately incredible resilience. Each face tells a story of survival against the odds. As the floodwaters relentlessly surged, families scrambled to attics, desperately seeking higher ground, or climbed onto rooftops, their only refuge from the rising tide. They were waiting, sometimes for hours that stretched into an eternity, praying for a sign of rescue, hoping their calls for help would be answered. In Conroe, one family with the water lapping at their feet clung to their truck roof throughout the long, dark night, fervently praying for a miracle, for the dawn to bring salvation. The tragic death toll has climbed to 32, a number that represents irreplaceable lives, with many still missing, their fates unknown amidst the devastation. Yet, amidst the despair, over 15,000 rescues have been heroically made, a testament to the bravery of first responders and ordinary citizens alike. Nearly 1 million people were plunged into darkness, losing power as the waters rose, and the initial estimates of damages already exceed a staggering $20 billion, a figure that underscores the sheer scale of this catastrophe. Maria Sanchez, a single mother working tirelessly to provide for her children, watched helplessly as she lost everything she owned in mere minutes. Her heartbreaking story echoes through the crowded emergency shelters, a common thread of loss and displacement. Yet, even amidst such profound loss, there are inspiring stories of survival, of human beings overcoming seemingly insurmountable odds, of dedicated first responders braving treacherous currents, risking their own lives to save others, and of ordinary neighbors rescuing neighbors, using small boats and sheer determination to pull their community from the brink. These selfless acts of bravery and unwavering compassion shine like beacons of hope, cutting through the overwhelming darkness. The indomitable human spirit endures, refusing to be extinguished, even as thousands upon thousands face the incredibly daunting task of rebuilding their lives and starting over from scratch. They are not just cold, impersonal statistics on a page. They are our neighbors, our friends, our family, displaying extraordinary courage and resilience in the face of unimaginable circumstances. Their unwavering determination offers a powerful beacon of hope, illuminating the path forward in the face of seemingly overwhelming adversity. As waters recede, tough questions arise about what could have been prevented. Texas's aging dams and drainage systems, built for a different era, failed under the historic rainfall. Rapid, unregulated development has paved over natural flood barriers, putting more people at risk. Dr. Samuel Brody, urban planning expert, warns that ignoring geography and building in floodplains is a recipe for disaster. Lax zoning and lack of green infrastructure have left communities vulnerable. This disaster is a costly lesson. Rebuilding must mean building smarter and safer. The conversation now is about resilience, not just recovery. Texas can't afford to repeat these mistakes. The safety of millions depends on change. Amid crisis, the best of humanity emerges. Volunteers form human chains, and the Cajun Navy navigates flooded streets to rescue strangers. Firefighters, police, and the National Guard risk their lives in round-the-clock rescues. Shelters open in schools and churches staffed by tireless volunteers. Local businesses donate food and supplies. Neighbors open their homes to the displaced. The Texan spirit of resilience and compassion is everywhere. Grassroots heroism is the foundation for recovery, proving kindness and courage endure. In the darkest hours, community bonds grow stronger, offering hope for the future. The immediate danger may be passing, but recovery will take years. Families return to mud-filled homes, businesses struggle to reopen, and entire communities must rebuild. This disaster is a wake-up call for Texas and the nation. We must prepare for extreme weather. Invest in infrastructure, plan responsibly, and know your community's risks. Support is needed. Donate to organizations providing shelter and aid. Every contribution helps Texans rebuild their lives. The spirit of a community is measured by how it comes together in crisis. In the face of tragedy, we've seen courage, compassion, and hope. That spirit will carry Texas through the difficult days ahead.